Welcome Capricorn to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 19th of August for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. The week begins with your ruler Saturn, hugely influential. Saturn's been impacting on your everyday communications for 17 months, and that's also had an impact on people immediately around you, your everyday chats, and siblings, neighbours too. The third house can also be about technology. If you have been learning a lot more and adding to your skill set in this area, then you're using the energy of Saturn wisely. But Saturn may have made you a little bit cooler in terms of some of those connections. And at the start of this week, that cooling peaks up because Saturn opposes Venus, the planet of relating, but also the planet of money. If you do need to talk about a travel plan, or about a financial situation, you may find that things are a little bit blocked, don't really flow between you and the person you're chatting to. But also Saturn at the start of this week is squaring off to Jupiter, the planet of growth, and Mars, the planet of action. They combined last week in your sixth house, which could have made you very productive in terms of doing extra exercise, perhaps making some reforms to your routines, decluttering your home, and just moving things around, just being a little bit more energized around efficiencies. But Saturn is blocking them off at the start of this week as well. So I don't feel that your physical energy will be quite as high as it was in the middle of last week. And if you are trying to tie down some kind of agreement, it could seem a little elusive as this week begins. But of course, the full moon itself is in the subsequent sign to yours of Aquarius. This is the 11th sign, but for you, it's house 2. House 2 is about what we value. It's how we value ourselves. It's also our foundation, and it can be about everyday money. Capricorns can be very shrewd, but I feel Uranus, since March 2019, has made you a little bit more risk-taking. Perhaps in terms of enjoying a flutter, or perhaps you've had some kind of interest in some unusual business opportunities. But the thing with this full moon is that Uranus can provoke and push you to do something much more spontaneously. And you're at your best when you go through situations in a very systematic, careful and staged way, checking out all the angles. So Saturn in a way can protect you this week and stop you from rushing into something, or help you to be more aware of appraising the downside as well as an opportunity. There's also the chance, because the position of the Sun and Mercury opposing the position of the Moon, they're in house 8. That's long-term finance, shared finances, can be to do with investments, savings, property, and perhaps also equities. But Mercury's in a retrograde and Uranus squares to them as well, so have a T-square. So a lot of electricity in the part of your situation to do with speculation, fun, and being more devil-may-care. Uranus in Taurus, whereas that everyday money competes with the longer-term picture with that retreating Mercury. So you may need to adjust or align something to do with shared resources or the ins and outs of your budget, just at a time when Uranus is pushing you in a way to be a little bit freer with your resources and do something off the cuff to enjoy yourself, to create a spark. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be open to opportunities at the start of this week, but do be cautious. Now, as the week goes on, we have the Sun moving into your sister Earth sign of Virgo. House 9 is a very free energy, and it's very explorative. It loves travel. If you've yet to set up that main vacation for your year, you could do so in the following month. And Venus moves forwards as the week goes on, getting away a bit more from the cool opposition of Saturn and away from the square with Mars and Jupiter. But the Sun moving into the 9th house is also about knowledge. And if you can gain extra knowledge to help you to understand some of those financial complexities that are played out earlier in the week, that's a great way that you can make the sun in Virgo work for you, because of course Virgo is very much about exacting details, precision, drilling down into situations and making small but important changes, and those refinements create some gradual gains. So that's the picture for this week, Capricorn. You may find yourself a little bit more impulsive. You may find yourself discussing shared or everyday finances, trying to balance the book somewhat, but the desire to do something a little bit off the cuff could be there. But if you do discuss something, just be aware that whoever you discuss it with may not be particularly as responsive and open as you might want them to be. So it might be better on any big situation to wait till later in the week. Have a lovely week. And if you'd like to take advantage of my very special year 2025 personal forecast offer, you can get the rest of this year free, and also for 30% off your life roadmap report. Please see the link beneath this video. All this is based on your personal birth data. No two charts are exactly the same. It's great value and will give you searing insights to guide your moves future forwards.